Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Renee Box Young, man. I love it. Love going live. I found, again, a little time window or what have you, right? A window of time to go live, flash live, man. You know how I do it, man. Just go live out of nowhere. And I want to talk about and, break down my reaction of, Virgil Ortiz versus Hooker fight. Great win, man. Great win by Virgil Ortiz. And I want to break it down, according to my perspective and what I saw, in that fight. Interesting stuff, man. And thank you so much, man, for liking, subscribing, sharing, showing your support, man, tuning into lives, commenting in the videos, comment sections, subscribers since day one, recent subscribers. I really appreciate each and every one of you, man. Old school Eric, what is going on, my guy, man? What's going on? It's just a flash live, you know what I'm saying? Found a window of time and just going live, you know what I'm saying, and talking about this. I definitely want to talk about this. It's been on my mind. And I've just been itching. Ever since the fight, you know what I'm saying, to go live. I was thinking about going live yesterday, but I was really busy all day. So I found a nice window of time right now. So I definitely want to, push this flash live, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I want to talk about this definitely. And I reiterate, I hope everybody's safe. I hope everybody's doing, great. I hope everybody's well, you know what I'm saying? I hope you had a great weekend. It's almost spring break, man. I'm definitely, Lord willing, I'm going to have my 2 weeks off of vacation. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait. It's just great, man. I love it. I love these little breaks I get, you know what I'm saying? This, yeah, I appreciate you, old school Eric, man. All love, family, definitely, man. And, you know how it is, man. My flash lives, I just do it out of nowhere, you know what I'm saying? I didn't really plan it. I just, but I was definitely, I had in my mind, one of these days I got to go live, flash live, and talk about this post-fight reaction with Ortiz and Hooker. So, yeah, man, so I can't wait for this. And also, man, my plan is, in spring break, I'm going to be pushing these lives, man. I'm definitely going to push. I usually do that. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to vacation, like Christmas vacation, New Year's, I get 2 weeks off. I get, from my, I still got to study, but, catch up on homework. But other than that, I'm not working on those, for 2 weeks in these vacation breaks. So, I get several breaks and holidays off throughout the year. So it's awesome, man. So I plan to, when I get those breaks, I definitely plan to push the content and just push even more, man. As it is, I'm trying to stay active, you know what I'm saying? Because I love it. Yeah, so soon, man, I think around next week, I'm going to start pushing these lives, man, definitely. So that's the plan. So I really appreciate each and every one of you once again, man, definitely. So I definitely want to break this down. I want to get right to this, man. Virgil Ortiz versus Maurice Hooker. Great fight. Action-packed since round one, man. Everybody knows it. Everybody saw it, you know what I'm saying? Those who didn't see it, go back and watch that fight, man. It was a great fight. I don't even know who the undercard was, who fought in the undercard. I don't even know. But with all due respect, whoever fought in the undercard, man. But, interesting stuff because in the, the stadium or whatever that they were in, there was a crowd, you know what I'm saying, in Texas, obviously. The crowds are opening up there, more public events and things of that nature. And as everybody knows that, you know what I'm saying, Canelo versus Billy Joe Saunders is planned, at least, you know what I mean, to be in the Cowboys Stadium. So that's just going to be a crazy atmosphere, man. As it was, man, Virgil Ortiz versus Hooker was a great atmosphere. The crowd was just roaring since round one, because of the action that they were bringing, you know what I'm saying? Hats off to Maurice Hooker. Got nothing to take away from him. You know what? It went out exactly as I predicted. A lot of the boxing community predicted it similarly. A lot of the boxing community had Ortiz winning anyways, you know what I'm saying, by a knockout or something like that. I was predicting like a KO or TKO in round 7, if I'm not mistaken. So, it was right how I, predicted it, and it turned out just like that, you know what I'm saying. And round 1, man, just like I said, hats off. When we see it time and time again with these prospects, they come in and, man, they show up and show out because they want to prove, they want to prove something. They want to make a statement out there, you know what I'm saying? Everybody knows this was a step up. Biggest step up in Virgil Ortiz's career thus far in the welterweight division. Hooker moving up from 140. Everybody knows the story. You know what I'm saying? Hooker, a decent opponent. I mean, I'm not taking anything away from Maurice Hooker. He was fighting back. I think the biggest downfall for Maurice Hooker was, trying to slug it out with Ortiz. There are several things I take from this fight. Let me just reiterate that part. From round 1, action-packed, you know what I'm saying? Every round was, you know, quite action-packed, you know what I'm saying? They were just exchanging, you know, offense, blows. Maurice Hooker tried to work the defense, you know what I'm saying? After round 1, he tried to work the range and the distance to a certain extent, but then he would go back to slugging it out with Virgil Ortiz. That's the biggest mistake you can do against a Virgil Ortiz, you know what I'm saying? But it looks like, you know, Hooker's emotions, Hooker's, you know what I'm saying, I don't know, you know, the aggressive nature as a fighter, you know, just kicked in full gear, you know what I'm saying, pedal to the metal, and they just started going at it, man. I mean, round 1, like I said, Ortiz started exchanging offense. One of the things here that I take from this, you go back to see Virgil Ortiz's other fights. I mean, he wasn't as explosive. I mean, he is explosive. Ortiz is an explosive fighter. When he smells blood, he goes for the kill. But since round 1, you know, at the start of the bell, man, Ortiz just went in there, you know, studying a little bit, and he just started throwing blows, man, to Hooker. I think that the approach in this fight in particular, concerning, you know, Virgil Ortiz, his approach was to be more aggressive and to make a statement that night. That's what he wanted to do. That's what he wanted to do against Maurice Hooker. He kind of, you know, threw caution to the wind, you know what I'm saying, and wasn't being as cautious. You know, he's usually more, I mean, like I said, he's explosive. You go back to the Vargas fight when he fought Samuel Vargas, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, he was more, you know, calculated. He calculated his punches more, and he wasn't getting landed on as much as he was against Hooker. So you can tell he was trying to make a statement. I think, you know, Ortiz's ambition got the best of him that night, which is why his offense, man, his defense wasn't the best. He was getting caught a lot by Hooker, man. I mean, he was getting caught by Hooker. I mean, you know, like I said, hats off to Hooker, not taking anything away from him, you know. And he threw caution into the wind, man. And defensively, Ortiz needs to work on his defense, man. He defensively speaking, he definitely needs to work on that. But then again, I don't judge Ortiz's performance just on what he did against Hooker. It's because of the context of his career. We got to understand that. It's the context of Ortiz's career, you know, that made him fight like that. Why? Because this is the biggest step up in his career. It was the biggest step up in his career. Also, you got, you know, Spence was in the crowd. Bud Crawford, if I'm not mistaken, was in the crowd. So he felt the pressure, and he wanted to make a statement to these guys. He wanted to make a statement, you know, in the 147 division, all the fighters out there, to show that, you know, he can fight. He wanted just to come in and take out. He was headhunting at the end of the fight, you know, on whatever interview it was, whatever platform, you know, came up to him, and, you know, he said, you know, he was just headhunting. He was headhunting at the beginning of the fight, which is that was a big flaw in Ortiz. And the reason why I think that he went headhunting, because he himself admitted it, is because he just wanted to come in there and just take out Hooker. He just wanted to come in, make a statement. You know, the crowd was going wild. He was bringing action, and he just got caught up in the moment, man. He got caught up in the moment and, you know, kind of threw that defense out the door. Even though, generally speaking, I mean, he's not, you know, the best at defense, you know, when it comes to his style. He's one of those, you know, come forward fighters, you know, goes to the body beautifully, you know, punches hard. You know, all his punches that he was throwing against Hooker, you know, since round 1, from round 1 and on, he was just throwing with bad intentions, man. So that's the thing that Virgil Ortiz has to his advantage. The punches he throws, the power he has, you know what I'm saying? Going to the body. But that's the flaw that he had when he fought against Hooker. Now, you just imagine if he steps up to another big step-up fight after this fight, you know, his previous win, you know, wonderful victory over Hooker. If he steps up to another bigger name and, you know, tougher competition, who's to say he won't do that, what he did against Hooker? And that would be to his detriment. He would lose. I'm almost positive he would lose. You know what I'm saying? So he definitely, Oscar De La Hoya, several things I want to talk about, man. Oscar De La Hoya, he's going to protect Ortiz, man. For now, he's not going to give him an Ennis. He's not going to give him a Jerome Ennis. Let's forget that. Obviously, Jerome Ennis is going to fight Lippietz, if I'm not mistaken, very soon, okay? I forgot what date, but he's going to fight him real soon. So, you know, that's out the window. I mean, and even though if Ennis, you know, comes in, beats Lippietz, they're not going to plan a Ortiz versus Ennis fight, okay? That's just out the window. That's going to be later down the line, way down the line. It's almost positive. I speak from a realistic point of view, you know what I'm saying? Oscar De La Hoya is not gonna want to throw him in there just yet to that tough competition. DP Rocka, what's going on, my guy? Thanks so much for jumping in. Like I said, DP Rocka, I'm just going live out of nowhere, man. Had to talk about this. So, in the context, let me just reiterate. In the context of the point of career in which Virgil Ortiz is in right now, he just came in to prove a statement to the division. Spence was in the crowd. Bud was in the crowd. You know, I think that just he got caught up in the moment and he threw that defense out the window. You know, typically speaking, he has better defense in his prior fights, okay? But he just went headhunting. He just wanted to go and knock out Hooker. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he was exactly looking for the knockout. I don't know if he was saying that, you know, in the lead up of the fight and stuff like that, but it looked like that. Since, you know, from round one. Eric Boxell, family, what's going on, bro? What is going on? What did you guys think of the fight, man? What did you guys think of Ortiz versus Hooker, man? And that's the thing with Ortiz. Definitely has to work on his defense. But I got to repeat this, please. His defense, generally speaking, is better. He has better defense than what he showed against Hooker. You go to his previous fights. I reiterate, you go to his previous fights, he has better defense. You know, Ortiz has better defense than what he showed against Hooker. But because of the moment, he wanted to make a statement. The crowd was there. The crowd was going wild. You know what I'm saying? Just the moment made him go all out. You know what I'm saying? So we can forget right now, at this point, great win, biggest step-up fight that Ortiz has had in his career thus far. We can definitely forget Ennis next. We can definitely forget Bud Crawford next. We can definitely forget Spence next for Ortiz. None of these names he's going to fight next. And that's not because of Ortiz. It's not because of Ortiz. It's not because Ortiz doesn't want to fight these guys. I personally believe, man, Ortiz wants the smoke. He wants to fight these guys. He's been calling these names out. You know, he's been calling Bud out. He says he wants Bud. He wants the top names. He wants to prove the legacy. I said this before, okay? About how he was interviewed recently in the back of his car, whatever. He was in his car, and he said he wants to prove a legacy. He wants to prove, you know, his legacy in the ring. He doesn't want to prove a statement via social media like a lot of these fighters are doing. And I really respect and I dig and I honor that in Virgil Ortiz. But the problem here, ladies and gentlemen, is the politics. Oscar De La Hoya is not going to let him fight the fights he wants to fight. Let's be real here, guys. Let's be real. Let's be real and straight up with Virgil Ortiz in his career as far as how it's going to most likely play out. Virgil Ortiz is about it. He's about it. He wants to fight these names. He doesn't care. I mean, it's awesome. Post-fight interview, he said, I don't care. I don't care if I lose. I don't care if I win. I just want to fight. I want to fight these guys. I want to fight Bud. So that's, man, you got to respect that. You got to respect Virgil Ortiz's ambition, Virgil Ortiz's heart, what he's saying. And Virgil Ortiz is a serious cat. He's one of those serious cats, you know, one of those serious fighters who wants to go in and fight for legacy. You see what I'm saying? But on the other hand, Oscar's not going to let him do this. He's not going to let him do that, okay? Oh, man, you guys are jumping in the building. I really appreciate each and every one of you. PGH, what's going on? My guy, Bruce Goes. Family up in the building, man. Thank you guys so much, man. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for jumping in. Flash Live. Had to go out of nowhere, man. I had to do this. I had to speak my mind, you know what I'm saying, concerning Virgil Ortiz and Hooker and the ramifications of all this, okay? I repeat, defense wasn't the best, okay? He was getting hit a lot by Hooker. But on the contrary, Hooker was getting hit a lot by Ortiz, you know, really pressured Hooker, you know what I'm saying, really went in there and dug to the body. At first he was headhunting, you know, throwing caution to the wind, you know what I'm saying, that defense. Ortiz just wanted to go in and knock Hooker's head off. That was his plan. Then he went to the body eventually and, you know, just broke Hooker down. Beautiful fight, beautiful action-packed fight, you know what I'm saying. But generally speaking, Ortiz has better defense than that. Even though, you know, I've seen him in fights, you know, in his career coming up. He jumps back. He uses his footwork to a certain extent. I mean, he doesn't use the ring much, but he uses his footwork to a certain extent that when a fighter throws a punch, maybe a straight right, or a left jab or what have you, he jumps back with his feet. I don't know if you guys noticed that. It's very subtle movements he does with his feet. I forgot who. I think it was against Vargas also, another fight. Vargas, he can sidestep. He knows how to sidestep on the inside. It's beautiful work. It's very subtle, though. You can't really catch it. You know what I'm saying? You got to pay attention a lot to his feet when he's fighting. So he has the footwork. That's what I'm getting here, ladies and gentlemen. Ortiz has the defense. He has the defensive skills, but he just threw it out the window against Hooker because he wanted to prove a statement because of the context of his career right now. Biggest step up fight. Crowd, and the crowd in the Texas stadium, whatever stadium it was in Texas, right? The arena, whatever. Spence was in the audience. You know what I'm saying? Bud Crawford was in the audience. Just the pressure. He just wanted to come in and show up and show out and take Hooker's head off. And, that served for him lacking a lot in his defense. You see what I'm saying? That's what it was. It's not like Ortiz doesn't have decent defensive skills. He does. But just in this fight, he kind of threw it out the window. You know what I'm saying? He did. And I mean, you saw it. You saw it. How Hooker was landing on Ortiz. And you saw, Virgil Ortiz's face after the fight. I mean, he got touched. He got touched up, man. You know what I'm saying? So I think that this shows that Virgil Ortiz, he can grow in that patience aspect. He needs to grow in the patience aspect. He needs to be a little bit more patient in the ring when it comes to step-up fights. You see what I'm saying, you guys? He needs to be patient, in big fights, step-up fights. You see? That's what distinguishes an experienced, seasoned fighter. When they have big major fights and step-up fights, they're patient, they're calm, they're cool, and collected. Virgil Ortiz, on his rise, in his wonderful career, in the welterweight division, this was the biggest fight in his career. I got to repeat that. Biggest fight in his career. Audience, Spence in the audience, Bud in the audience. I don't even know who the heck else was in the audience, but there were quite a bit of people in there. And he lost his patience. He lost his cool. He lost his collectiveness or collected, that level-headedness in a fight, which he shows in all his fights. And which he shows in the ring. He's usually patient, it selects his shots, to the body, breaks his opponent down methodically, and then goes for the kill when he sees his opponent breaking down. And he does it in a beautiful way. That's why a lot of people got their eyes on Ortiz. You know what I'm saying? Let me get to the chat real quick, man, because we got to talk a little bit. We got to talk about this. Okay, so thank you guys again, man, for jumping up in here. Arid Boxel says Ortiz did what he needed to do. Yeah. Against a guy who had faster combinations. He had Hooker fight his game. Ortiz did good. He did. It's just that, just the defense was lacking mostly in this fight, in this particular performance. And I repeat, generally speaking, Ortiz has better defense than what he showed against Hooker. And it's just the context of the situation that he was in that night. He just wanted to prove a statement. That's what he wanted to do, And, but yeah, no, I mean, he did good. He did pretty good. I've seen Ortiz perform better, though. I think we can all agree to that. Ortiz has performed better in other fights, but this was the biggest step-up fight in his career. So, I mean, definitely. Yeah, you're right, Arrowed. I mean, Hooker was using the jab to a certain. I mean, Hooker's jab wasn't really powerful at all, you know what I'm saying? I questioned that. I was questioning in my head before the fight, is Maurice Hooker's power and speed going to translate effectively, at 147? It appears like it didn't, ladies and gentlemen. It appears like it didn't. Power, it looks like he didn't really have it. Hooker it looked like he really didn't have any power in his punches and his jabs. Kind of just pity-patting away, trying to distract Ortiz. You see what I'm saying? It didn't really, the power Virgil Ortiz wasn't respecting. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that we can put it that way. Ortiz's power didn't have enough power for Hooker's power didn't have enough power for Virgil Ortiz to respect. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, DP Rocker, that's what the world's been crying out for. Ortiz versus Boots, but I mean, it's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? This is what the other point I want to talk about. Yeah, PJH. Oscar will hold him back too, just like he's holding Ryan back. Exactly. And I mean, I got to give my props. You know what I'm saying? I gave my props to Oscar De La Hoya when it came to Ryan Garcia stepping up to fight Campbell. I mean, that was a step-up fight. Really, really a real good step-up fight for Ryan Garcia. I mean, I gave my hats off to Oscar De La Hoya. Even though I don't think Oscar De La Hoya is doing the best as a promoter, but who am I? You know what I'm saying? I'm just another fan of the sport. Just the way I see it and just my humble opinion concerning it, you know what I'm saying? I think that Oscar De La Hoya, I mean, he can do better when it comes to his prospects, and putting them in great fights out there. But I give my hats off, definitely to Oscar De La Hoya. I give my hats off. I take my hat off, for him arranging Ryan Garcia versus Campbell. Even though it was postponed like 3 times, you know what I'm saying? The fight came out, you know what I'm saying? It happened, it went down. Ryan Garcia performed great. Ryan Garcia got knocked down. It was a great fight, man. Campbell, great performance, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I respect that. I respect that fight. It was a nice fight to watch, And Ortiz versus Hooker, I said the same. I take my hats off to Oscar De La Hoya for arranging this fight. For having Ortiz step up in the biggest fight of his career thus far. But like I said, I look at this at a global fashion from all angles. You know what I'm saying? Oscar De La Hoya is not going to throw Ortiz in with boots, with Ennis. He's not going to do that. And even though, now let's get back to what I was saying earlier. Ortiz is calling out these guys. He's calling out Bud Crawford. And I know, or I guess I can say I believe in my heart of hearts, right? I am confident to say that Ortiz wants to fight these guys. He's a young prospect. And let me just repeat, please, what Ortiz said in the post-fight interview, whatever platform it was. He said, I want to fight Bud. I don't care if I lose or I win. I just want to fight the best out there. That's the type of freaking heart that all these fighters need to have. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying they don't. All these other fighters don't have it. But Ortiz is talking the talk. And so far, he's walking the walk. We got to respect that, ladies and gentlemen. We got to respect that. And I definitely respect that. And I'm enjoying what Virgil Ortiz is saying and what he's doing in the ring. So far, ladies and gentlemen, Virgil Ortiz, I got to repeat this, is talking the talk and he's walking the walk. You got to respect that. But Oscar's going to mess that up. Oscar De La Hoya, why do I say mess up? I'm not saying that he's going to mess up his whole career. No. He's messing up what Virgil Ortiz, or postponing what Virgil Ortiz wants in his career. What Virgil Ortiz wants in his own career, you know what I'm saying? If Virgil Ortiz were an independent or free agent, whatever, I'm sure he would, go for these fights, against these big names. But Oscar's the one who's he's gonna try to make him a star. That's what Oscar said some time ago. Canelo left, so his eye is on Ryan Garcia to make him a quote-unquote star, a global star. He's going to do the same with Virgil Ortiz. We got to understand this, ladies and gentlemen. When promoters come out and say they want to make their fighters, LRB is saying the same with Tank Davis. He's been saying the same for years concerning Tank Davis. Just because, these promoters say that they want to make their fighters stars doesn't mean that they're going to match them up with the best opponents out there. I'm not saying that Tank isn't fighting the best opponents out there, but y'all know the story there. Tank is not scared of any of these guys. I mean, we've got to make this clear, ladies and gentlemen. Gervonta Tank Davis is not scared of anybody. If anybody's saying that or out there, that they don't know what the heck they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? I got to be straight on that. With all due respect, I say it, but they just don't know what they're talking about. I personally don't think Tank... I think Tank is scared of nobody, But it's his, higher ups that want to make him a quote-unquote star. That's what they want to do. And Oscar wants any of these promoters that say that. They're going to prevent their fighters to fight the best competition out there. They're going to milk it out. And that's what's going to happen with Ortiz, ladies and gentlemen. That's exactly what's going to happen. So all this talk, all these platforms, and it's great, I love to hear it, but it's going to be overkill, ladies and gentlemen. Let's speak real here, I got to be realistic on this. And I don't do that here. I don't like to do it because it's overkill of the same freaking thing, you know, day after day after day. I don't do that. I can't do that because I get bored of it. I get tired of it, man. I'm the type of person that, you know, I see something, I analyze it, I break it down a couple times, and then I got to move on because there are lots of other fights out there. You see what I'm saying? Tangible fights that are really going down. I'm gonna try to avoid, okay, I got to repeat this. Okay, check out my channel. Those who may be new or whatever, you know, go ahead and like, subscribe, share. Thank you guys so much. Y'all are jumping the building, man. You guys are awesome. I'm gonna get to the chats in a moment, okay? I've been saying time and time again, and I got proof on my channel. It's all there, all my videos. I haven't really talked about Ortiz or Ennis. You know, I really haven't talked about that because I know it's really way down the line. And I know it's not going to happen soon. So why am I going to talk about it over and over and over and over and over and over and over? The same thing, recycling the same. You see what I'm saying? I get bored of that, man. I talk about something that's fresh, it's tangible. They just fought, post-fight reaction. What are the ramifications of a post-fight? You know what I'm saying? After the fight, what's next for so-and-so fighter? What's more probable for so-and-so fighter? Analyzing it and breaking it down. Maybe I'll make another video or two about it, depending on what they say and the trajectory of their next fights and stuff. But I'm not going to go over and over and over, in this case, Ortiz and Ennis, 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 Ortiz and Ennis. That's what's going on in the community, and I respect it, man. Each platform does what they want. It's fine, but I can't do that because I get bored, man. I get bored. I'm the type of guy, man. My mind is just, you know, it's just like my mind is on something. I take care of it, boom, 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 and then I gotta go. What's next? What's new? What's next? What's next? Come on, something new. I gotta get. That's how my mind works. That's how I can't stay on the same old thing because staying on the same old thing and subject matter becomes rotten because there's nothing new about it. It just rots like eggs. You see, and it stinks after a while. And that's what's going on out there, you know what I'm saying? I've said it time and time again. I love these fighters. You already know my perspective. I'm neutral. I'm just tired of hearing Fury and Wilder, man. I'm done with it. Like I said, please check out my channel. How many times have I talked about them? Not much at all. Just a couple. But I can't do that, man. It's just too much. It's overkill. I'm tired. I've been tired for months. I've been tired for like a freaking year, man. Over a Bud and Spence. I don't even talk about that hardly anymore. I've talked about it here and there, yes. But nah, dude, I can't do that. And that's what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen, with Ennis and Ortiz. People are going to talk about this up the yin-yang, man. But why? I mean, I understand, but overkill, man. We're going to get tired of it. The community is going to get tired of it after a year of this talk. Ennis Ortiz. I mean, oh my gosh, let me get to the chat, man. Okay, the reason why I'm saying this is because, going back to what I'm saying, that Oscar De La Hoya, he's not going to throw Ortiz in with boots. Ortiz wants these fights. Ortiz wants Spence. He wants Bud, but that's all pie in the sky right now. You know, the fighter in Ortiz, I appreciate it and I respect it. He wants the best out there. But thanks to Oscar, man, he's gonna slow it all down, man. And that's the foolish part of it. That's the foolish part of this promotion, man. All these promoters, all of them, I'm not just saying Oscar, all promotion in general, they're keeping these amazing fights from going on. You know what I'm saying? So let me get to the chat, man. So we got here, let me get to the chat. Brown Unboxing. Hey, what's going on, family? Brown Unboxing. Thanks so much for jumping in, man. You guys are family. Thank you. Chen Smoke. Hey, it's all good, man. Keep grinding. You're listening at work? That's awesome, bro. Man, thank you guys so much. Enjoy your work, you know what I'm saying? All you guys who are doing your thing, you know what I'm saying? You're doing your daily things. Do it with joy. Do it with gladness, you know what I'm saying? Definitely enjoy the beautiful day out there, you know what I'm saying? Brown Unboxing says here, if Hooker doesn't have pop, then Ortiz's face. Yeah, good point, Brown Unboxing. That's a really good point. Hey, but you know what I'm saying? But Ortiz wasn't respecting it. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't respecting that power. That's kind of what I'm trying to get at here. You know what I'm saying? The jabs, you know what I'm saying? When Hooker would punch and you know, land on Ortiz time and time again, Ortiz wasn't respecting it. So it looked like, you know, it looked like Hooker didn't have the power enough for Ortiz to respect it and back off. Because when Hooker would throw some blows, man, Ortiz would go right back at it. You know what I'm saying? So it wouldn't really phase him. You see what I'm saying? We can also conclude Ortiz has a freaking chin, man. Ortiz, he could take some punches if that's the case. If the case is Hooker has power at 147, which I don't really think he does, at least not enough to phase Ortiz and for Ortiz to respect it. You know what I'm saying? But if Hooker has the power, then Ortiz has a freaking chin, man. He definitely does. So Brown on Boxing continues to say Ortiz was touched up good by Hooker, who doesn't have big pop. Yeah, I mean, you got a point, bro. You got a good point. But I personally think I was commenting there in 503. Shouts out to Lion 503 family yesterday who was live talking about it, and I was commenting there in the comment section. And I commented this that. In my humble opinion, man, I don't think Hooker has, just seeing how he performed against Ortiz, I don't think he'll go far at 147. I don't think Hooker will go far at 147. You know what I'm saying? Ennis will box circles around Hooker, in my humble opinion. You know what I'm saying? These names up there, I think Ugas can even take Hooker. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see Hooker going real far at 147. This is my humble opinion. You know what I'm saying? But hey, Hooker can come back. I'm not saying he can't. You know what I'm saying? Who knows what's next for Hooker, though? Who knows if he just moved up to 147 to fight Ortiz? Maybe he'll move down to 140. I don't know. But all these, there's a lot of names at 140. Tough competitive names at 140. Tough competitive names at 147. You know what I'm saying? Briscoe says here, DP Rocca, that would be a perfect fight to determine the top contender too. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, it's not going to happen. I mean, let's just, I try to be realistic. But it would be, Briscoe's. Your facts, man. I mean, it would be a perfect fight. Ortiz versus Ennis. Ortiz versus Ennis would be a perfect fight to determine the top contender to any of the belts. But it makes too much sense. Yeah, exactly, Briscoe's. It makes too much sense, and these promoters don't have much sense sometimes. They do when it comes to the business. Profiting the best, but there are times where promoters have to take risks. When you talk about business, I've talked about it before. You know what I'm saying? When you talk about business and entrepreneurship or whatever, right? Entrepreneurs, there comes a point where you have to make a risk. You have to make a risk on certain investments. You have to make calculated risks. And these promoters seem like they don't really make calculated risks. You got to take calculated risks when it comes to making big fights and competitive matchups with some of your prospects out there, with your fighters out there. And that's what's going to create more revenue in the long run. When entrepreneurs make calculated risks when it comes to certain investments, it's for long run profit. And it seems like some of these promoters don't know how to do that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they just wait too freaking long, and it's just nonsense. You know what I'm saying? So we got here, let me continue in the comment section here. We got Brown on Boxing saying, Boots versus Ennis in a title eliminator. It does, Brown on Boxing. Just like what Bruce Go says. And in today's climate, it makes too much sense for these, promoters. They won't do it. That's the sad part. And I'm gonna get to what Brown on Boxing is saying right here in a moment. That's facts, Brown on Boxing. And that's the sad part that Oscar De La Hoya, he's gonna keep Virgil Ortiz from making these big fights. Now, the next question is this, ladies and gentlemen. The next question is this. Check this out. Is he going to turn into another Ryan Garcia where, no, I'm not talking about that social media nonsense. No, I'm talking about, is he going to become like another Ryan Garcia complaining about Oscar De La Hoya? That's a big possibility, ladies and gentlemen. Because Ortiz in a different angle can complain to Oscar saying, hey, you're not giving me the fights I want. You're not giving me the fights I want. Come on, Oscar. What are you doing, boss? You see what I'm saying? Ryan Garcia was complaining to Oscar in a different situation with money, and then they re-signed or whatever. They extended the contract, supposedly the best contract for a prospect. And then shortly after, he was complaining again about the money. But in this case, Virgil Ortiz may complain to Oscar about giving him, matchups that he doesn't want. Because I repeat, ladies and gentlemen, Ortiz wants these big fights. He wants the big names out there. He doesn't care if he loses. We got to respect this, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. Nobody's saying. Which other fighter out there is saying that they care if they lose or not? Which other fighter's saying that? I don't remember anybody. I think, and I respect it. I know a lot of people clown on this, but I respect Keith Thurman when he said, I got to and I'm not afraid to let it go. Okay, I understand. I know it's controversial or whatever, right? But, well, he fought Pacquiao and lost, so you see what I'm saying? I mean, he stepped up to Pacquiao. He lost. It is what it is. And I respect Thurman for that. Even though I'm tired of Thurman, even though I've said it a long time ago, and you see, check out my channel. When was the last time I talked about Thurman? Where do you see a thumbnail about Thurman there? It was a long time ago. Because I'm tired of Thurman, man, about his, you know the story why. But I respect he stepped up to Pacquiao, lost. Hey, cool. Everybody's gonna remember that. When people talk about Thurman, they go back to the Pacquiao fight. Facts, right? That's facts. And we respect. The community respects Thurman in that sense. Why do you think a lot of community continues talking about Thurman when we talk about the when we talk about the welterweight division? Because he earned that respect. You see what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen? And how many fighters out there are saying that? How many fighters are saying out there what Virgil Ortiz said? Nobody's really saying that. Nobody's really saying, hey, I'll step up to this guy. I don't care if I lose. I don't care if I win. I want to fight him. You don't really hear fighters saying that. What do they say first, ladies and gentlemen? Well, if it makes sense, I understand that. Money it's about it. And when you're at a certain level of status, that obviously comes to mind. They got to take care of the business side. But my point is, a lot of these fighters out there aren't saying, hey, I'll fight him. I don't care if I lose or not. I don't care. I just want to fight him. I want to fight those names. I want to prove myself. That's what Ortiz is doing. We got to respect that. Come on now, ladies and gentlemen. We got to respect that. In Ortiz. But in Oscar, we'll see how he's gonna maneuver this guy. And it's most likely going to be a sad story with Ortiz, ladies and gentlemen. It's most likely going to be a sad story. I got to repeat it, with Virgil Ortiz and the trajectory. This was one step up fight. Hoorah, great. But what's going to happen in the next 5 fights? The next 2 years? Come on now, let's be realistic here. Let's look down the road. What's next for Virgil Ortiz? What's next? You see? Most likely what's next, Oscar's going to protect this guy because he's going to try to make him a quote-unquote star. And by that time, maybe 2 fights later, Ortiz is going to be like, hey, man, Oscar, come on. I want to fight these guys. Why are you keeping me from them? Because I reiterate, Ortiz has that heart. Ortiz wants to fight these guys. You see? He has that fighter's heart, man. And we got to respect that. We got to appreciate it. But Oscar is the big fork in the freaking road, or how do you call it? He's the big, boulder in the road that's blocking the path to Ortiz's legacy. Man, let's get here to Brown Unboxing, man. Brown Unboxing is speaking it right here. He says, Oscar isn't messing up Lion Garcia. Oscar isn't messing up Lion Garcia. It's the fighter who is pump faking. And hey, that's true too. And I wasn't saying, Oscar's really messing up Ryan Garcia's, trajectory. You know what I'm saying? He's more likely to mess up Virgil Ortiz's, trajectory. Ryan Garcia, man, I don't know what's up. Same thing. I don't really talk about this kid anymore, man. After all those pump fakes, you're right, Brown Boxing. Ryan Garcia got to get his freaking head in the game. I don't think Ryan Garcia wants legacy. He doesn't want legacy. He just wants to be some celebrity boxer out there. And Ryan Garcia, man, I don't want to talk about that kid. I love the kid, but whatever with Ryan. Okay, so Ricky, what's going on? Family's in the building. Ricky E245, what's going on, family? Thanks so much for jumping in, man. You said I think Virgil is not ready for Bud yet. Oh, he's not. He's not. That's another point I want to talk about. Thanks so much for bringing that up. I think Virgil is not ready for Bud yet, bro. He has some things he needs to work on. Exactly, Ricky. That's another point I want to talk about. Virgil Ortiz is not ready for these names. Thank you so much, Ricky, for bringing it up. It was one of the topics I want to talk about, later in this live, which is we're at that time right now. So, Ricky, you're right. Virgil Ortiz, just imagine if he were to step up. Now we're talking ifs, okay? If Virgil were to be granted his wish, and if he were to fight Bud Crawford next. By the way, who the heck is Bud gonna fight next? Oh my gosh, I don't even want to think about that right now. Anyways, so let's just speak theoretically here. If Virgil fights Bud next, Virgil doesn't have the skills to beat a Bud. Virgil himself said, I don't think I would knock out Bud. It would go 12 rounds. Yeah, and Bud, in my humble opinion, man, he would outpoint Virgil Ortiz. Bud is on another level right now. He's definitely on another level. However, please listen, ladies and gentlemen. However, right now, Bud, he hasn't been tested really. You know what I'm saying? And you never know, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about this. You never know. An underdog like Virgil Ortiz, he can possibly make a good statement against Bud. Right now, Bud is used to fighting these, opponents who he's just knocking out left and right. He's not being tested, in other words, ladies and gentlemen. He's not being tested. So if a young dog, hungry lion, whatever you want to call him, right? Hungry fighter who just wants to go in and give it their all against Bud, Virgil can possibly win. However, skill-wise, I don't think Virgil would beat Bud. Okay, skill-wise. But you gotta always consider that hungry factor, that pressure factor. Look what, okay, come on now. Look what Mean Machine did against Bud. He knocked him down. I mean, okay, it looked like people may call it a slip. People may say it looked like a slip, but I don't think it was a slip. He hit him clean, man, and it looked like he was kind of off balance. Bud was off balance after that shot by Mean Machine on the inside, and he was kind of like stumbling and grabbing onto Machine so he wouldn't fall down. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to that kind of, tenacity, pressure against Bud, Virgil would have a chance. He would have a chance. Why? Not because of the skills necessarily. It's because Bud's not being tested. He's not used to a fighter pressuring him so much, and that hungriness from his opponent. You see, so that's where I would think Virgil would have a nice chance. But skill-wise, Bud would. I mean, he'll, and also Bud, he's getting up there in his age. I'm not saying he's not in his prime, but we got to see what Bud's going to do next. What's next for Bud is the big question on my mind. And, I'm kind of done talking about Bud for a minute until I got to see who his next opponent is going to be. You know what I'm saying? Because right now it's just too easy for him in the ring. He's not getting tested. This is exactly why everybody wants to see Porter versus Bud. I know it's a controversial topic. I know I don't ride for Bud more than I ride for Porter. I don't ride for Spence more than I ride for... I see all these guys the same to me. You see what I'm saying? I just see what my eyeballs see and speak what my eyeballs see. You see what I'm saying? I'm not... I got to make that clear here. This is not a pro-Spence platform. This is not a pro-Ortiz. This is not a pro-Mexican platform. This is not a pro-black. This is pro-boxing platform. I got to make that clear. And it's so hard. It's so sad to see out there that once somebody in the community, excuse me, hears you criticizing a fighter, then they think you're just a hater and that you're riding for Spence. For example, if I criticize Bud on things I see and that are facts that you cannot deny or negate, oh, you hate Bud and you're a Spence rider and blah blah, man, that's just crazy. That's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? Or if I criticize Spence a little bit and say, hey, I don't appreciate. I really haven't criticized Spence really, but if I have, or if I do, oh yeah, you're a Bud rider and you know what I'm saying? I don't have time for that. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is this, that Bud, he needs to be tested. He needs to be tested. And if Virgil Ortiz comes in with that hunger, tenacity, aggressiveness, he has a chance against Bud. I'm not comparing styles and status and legacy. Let's throw that out the window right now. Let's throw out the accolades out the window. I'm just talking about what we're talking about. An underdog coming against a champ with hunger in his heart. What did Andy Ruiz do against Anthony Joshua in the first fight? What did Lara do against Warrington recently? And they're talking about a rematch. Obviously, Eddie Hearn is going to have this guy rematch. Warrington rematch Lara. What did McCaskill do against Breckus in the first and second fight? Pro woman boxing, beautiful fighters. Underdogs come in, show up and show out, ladies and gentlemen. Virgil can be one of those guys that can take Bud out. He can. I'm not saying he can't, but skill-wise, Bud is levels above Virgil. But you never know. You know what I'm saying? You never know because of that hunger, because of that fire, because of that passion Virgil Ortiz has. If he were to fight Bud, I think he would have a chance. But I got to repeat it, make it clear. Skill-wise, Bud has it. But Bud hasn't been tested for a long time. And he probably wouldn't expect that type of aggressiveness in Virgil Ortiz. Because Bud has to step up with these fighters. He has to step up with opponents. And that's just my humble opinion on that. You know what I'm saying? So, Ricky, I feel you, definitely, man. Let me get, man, you guys are putting in the chat. Thank you guys so much, man. You guys are awesome. Jumping up in here. So we got here Mark Blake. What's going on, Mark Blake? How you been, man? How you guys all been? I hope you guys are doing great today, man. Beautiful Monday, you know what I'm saying? We got DP Rocker saying, same with Crawford versus Spence. Personally, Crawford doesn't. Now, you know, DP, that's another thing, man. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, Bud Crawford came out again saying that fight's never going to happen. That's why, you see, this is why I'm moving on. I've moved on since months and months and months ago. Of course, I've mentioned it here and there ever since, but I've seen it a long time ago, and I've been saying it a long time ago. Okay, fine. Go to my channel if you check it out. Check out the history, or whatever you want to call it, my videos. This was like a year ago, man. At least a year ago. At least. I have a video called it's called this. Forget Spence versus Bud. Porter should fight Bud. Something like that. It's something like and it was before my channel really started popping, you know what I'm saying? Before all you subscribers, I really appreciate you all. You guys are making it what it is, you know what I'm saying? This platform, it's been growing, and I really appreciate each and every one of you, man. You guys are awesome. Before, you know, I started getting all these recent subscribers, all you guys, you know what I'm saying? Ladies and gentlemen, love you guys all. You guys are awesome. I made a video called something like, Forget Spence versus Bud. Bud should fight Porter, or Porter versus Bud should happen. Something like that. And that was a long time ago. Because I knew since then that Bud and Spence it's not going to happen anytime soon, you know. And now DP Rocker, it's now more concrete that this is most likely not going to happen. Just like what you're saying, DP Rocker. You're saying here, same with Crawford versus Spence. Personally, Crawford doesn't want the fight, and Crawford just came out saying he doesn't care. It's never going to happen. It's like, man, dude. But it's fine. I mean, I know it sounds crazy when I say this, but it's fine because there's lots of other fights out there that I'm focusing on. You see what I'm saying? There's lots of other great fights. I'm not just riding on Spence versus Crawford and that has to happen and it's the only fight in the world. Of course not, man. I mean, there are other fights out there. I mean, we just got done. Come on now. We just got done seeing Chocolatito versus Estrada rematch. We just got done seeing Breakers versus McCaskill rematch. Beautiful fight. We just got done seeing Burchell versus Valdez. Should I go on? You see, I mean, great fights are out there, ladies and gentlemen. Come on now. You see, I know it though. I know it. I want to see Spence versus Crawford, but I don't wish upon a star. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can't do that. I repeat, I can't just sit there hoping and nothing happening. I can't do that in life. In my life, generally speaking, I gotta make moves. I gotta do this and that. I gotta see results. If I don't see results, I'll keep grinding. I'll keep doing what I gotta do. I gotta see some type of result though. If not, I move on in life. I'm not gonna sit there crying over spilt milk. And unfortunately, Crawford versus Spence is spilt milk. Let's not cry about it. Let's move on, man. Who cares? Whatever. Leave it back there, and it is what it is. I can't change it. You know, I can't change it. So I'm gonna focus on the fights that are happening out there. Hey, we're gonna see soon. Come on now, guys. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. You see, that's what I'm saying. We're gonna see soon. You know what I'm saying? What 140 Taylor versus Ramirez. You know, we just saw a great fight with Ortiz, which was action-packed. Crowd was going wild since the first round. Ortiz versus Hooker. You know, there are great fights out there. You know, so I mean, it is what it is, man. I mean, it's sad though. It's sad though. And Crawford saying he ain't gonna do it, man. Whatever, Crawford. I mean, that's why the community. It's not like people are hating on Crawford, no, but it's just they're just like, how can you say these kind of things when you're, you know, it is what it is, man. Definitely. Brown on Boxing says here, the reason why Fury versus Wilder 3 talk has gone on so long is because of Fury not taking the rematch. Yep. And that's another thing, man. That's another one. I mean, gosh, dude, this is just crazy. And that's why I don't really talk about this anymore. I don't talk about Fury Wilder 3 because I've said it a long time ago too. Shouts out to our guy Blue Blood family over there. I remember saying this months ago. I don't remember which month. I think it was last year. I think it was around December last year. He invited me as he sometimes does, man. Love the guy over there, man. Family. Blue Blood's family, you know what I'm saying? He just shows so much love. And he asked me that question. Hey, what do you think about Fury versus Wilder? I said, you know what? It's not going to happen. I mean, it's not. It's most likely not going to happen. And I just pushed a video recently out about Fury. Recent statements. He's all over the place. It's most likely going to happen. Fury wants to fight maybe 2 more times, and he's out of here. I think he's going to retire soon. And I just made a video about, how I see the heavyweight division evolving. And Fury's not going to be in the picture soon, I think. That's just my humble opinion, you know what I'm saying? So I just don't think Fury versus Wilder 3 is going to happen. If it happens, it is just awesome, amazing. I mean, but I don't have my hopes up for it. I lost hope in it, man. It's sad to say it like that, but I lost hope in it, man. Bruce Goes continues to say Oscar didn't slow himself down when that's the thing. Bruce Goes, when he fought often and the best out there. That's the problem, and I'm sick. I'm just tired. Okay, what is Bernard Hopkins saying now? He's with Oscar De La Hoya, rubbing shoulders with him, whatever the heck they're working together. They're working together. Obviously you know what that means. Rubbing shoulders means you're working side by side by someone. Okay, so Hopkins just comes out and says, yeah, Virgil Ortiz, yeah, he can fight, he can take Bud, and it's not gonna happen. Why do these guys say these things? And Bernard Hopkins is a legend, man. B-Hop is a legend. But I'm tired of it, man. I'm tired of hearing Oscar. That's why I made a video some time ago called "Don't Believe the Hype." Don't believe all this smoke and mirrors and all this nonsense. Look at Eddie Hearn. How many freaking times did he say that Anthony Joshua and Fury are gonna fight? How many freaking times has he said since a year ago? Oh, in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, we're gonna see a fight. We're gonna see Anthony Joshua. Just shut up, you guys. Oh, you promoters. Sometimes just get on. Oh my God, I don't want to get on these rants. Okay, I'm so sorry. I just want these promoters to shut their mouths and do their job, man. They're promoting themselves more than the freaking fighters, man. I'm just tired of it. You know what I'm saying? And just like what just like what Bruce is saying here. Oscar himself knows how to make legendary, amazing fights. This is exactly why Oscar had stadiums filled. I understand most of them are women or whatever, but he was fighting tough competition out there. Why isn't he doing it? Why isn't he following that same blueprint with his fighters in his stable? It's just nonsense. It's hypocritical. It's nonsense with these promoters nowadays, man. Galvatron. What's up, Galvatron? Hey, what's going on, family? Thanks so much for jumping in. I don't think I've seen you here before, man. I really appreciate you, man. I think I've seen you in other platforms, though, definitely, man. I really appreciate you. Thanks so much for jumping in, man. Go ahead and feel free to subscribe, man. Let me just repeat it for those who are jumping in, those new listeners, viewers and stuff like that. Renee Box Young is simply a platform where we discuss, critique, analyze, and simply just talk about the sport of boxing in a level-headed, unbiased fashion. I got to make that clear. Just love the sport of boxing. That's it. Ortiz was landing to the body, which played a major role in it. Oh, yeah. Galvatron, I mean, he was punching hard. Yeah, Galvatron, facts. Hooker won't make much noise at 147. I'm glad somebody agrees with me on that because, ever since I saw this fight with Hooker and Ortiz, I was like, Hooker, respect to Hooker, though. He's a fighter. I respect Hooker. When I saw him go down, check this out, ladies and gentlemen. I see things differently. When I see a fighter get knocked down and I see the facial expression and the pain on their face, but they get up and keep fighting, that's a lot of heart, ladies and gentlemen. I've never heard that really. I'm sure people say that out there, but the heart that Hooker has, man. When I saw him go down the first time, he was sitting there in pain, but he got up and kept fighting. It's like, man, Hooker has a freaking heart, man. Hooker's a fighter. I'm not taking anything away from Hooker. He did decent against Ortiz. Come on now. It's not like Ortiz came and blew him away. It was a competitive fight. I repeat, look at Ortiz's face. Hooker's decent. He's a fighter, man. He can fight, man. And hats off to Hooker, his debut at 147 and fighting like he did. Man, got to give him definitely hats off. But I agree, Galvatron. I just don't think he'll make it too high at 147. You know what I'm saying? But Bruce Goes continues to say here, if you listen, Hooker told Bomac between rounds, okay, he couldn't breathe because of those. Oh my gosh. And you see, that even adds more to Hooker's heart, what I was saying a moment ago. Yeah, he said he couldn't breathe, but he kept on going, man. He kept on, using the ring, keeping his guard up, and it was just, man, those body shots, though, Galvatron, that you're saying, oh my gosh, dude, that hurts. I gotta repeat this for those who are new listening here. I've sparred down here in Mexico. I trained down here for several months, and these guys go to the body, man. Over here, I got a cracked rib because of sparring. a rib. They go to the body, man. It's the culture of Mexican boxing to go to the body. I mean, I don't even need to see the old school legendary fighters to know that. You just got to go here and spar. You know, all you got to do is go here and train and spar in a gym down here. I got, you know, a beautiful traditional boxing gym down here in Mexico, in the city I'm living in. And I got a cracked rib from sparring over with some guys, man. I mean, gosh, these guys just go to the body, dude. So, I mean, my respect, you know. I mean, Bruce, what you're saying, Hooker couldn't breathe. And, oh, my gosh, man. Jab, breathe, ack. Your honor is in the building. The Honorable Ack Reacher is in the building. Judge. Hey, Ack. I want to go one day, maybe. Let me just prepare some notes. Maybe I'll present a case for a Friday night court session. You know, yeah, I was thinking about it. Man, y'all go subscribe to Jamboree. I love those court sessions, man. I love the hearings. Demetrius Andrade got sentenced. So I hope you guys go show some love. Those who are in the chat, go show some love to Demetrius Andrade. He's doing time right now in the slammer. He was sentenced. He was guilty. So, and the jury, I was part of the jury, and I said guilty as charged. You know, as a matter of fact, while Demetrius Andrade was in court, me as being part of the jury, I told your Honorable Ack, I said, you know, Demetrius is guilty already. When they presented the case, I said, Demetrius is guilty already. No, it's not a bias, no, but he's guilty. He's guilty as charged. Take him to jail. Sentence him. Hey, you got to go subscribe to Jamboree. Those beautiful court sessions, man. I love it. So go visit Demetrius Andrade, please, guys. Send him some commissary. Put some money in his books. You know, just show him some love, man. So show Demetrius Andrade some love. Write him some letters, cause he's in jail. He's serving time. He has a nice lengthy prison sentence. Okay, I'm sorry, man. I'm just having fun. 503 Lion family's in the building, man. I was just referencing 503 Lion. Hey, go subscribe to 503 Lion too, man. You know what I love about 503 Lion too? His approach is totally coherent when it comes to the sport of boxing, man. He speaks what it is coherently. Love that, man. 503 man family right there. You guys are awesome jumping in. Eric R is in the kaboom. What's going on, Eric R? Did you know? There's a heavyweight. I forgot his name, man. It just slipped my mind. The guy that Dillian White fought, and he cheating Dillian White popped dirty at the time he fight this guy. I forgot his name. He has Kaboom tattooed on his arm. That reminded me of that. So thank you guys for jumping in, man. So we got. Let me get to the chat, man. I got to make time for the chat. Always got to consider the chat. Soccer Training Club. I see you, family. Get on that, hermano. What's going on, family? Oh my gosh, I just lost the chat here quick. Okay, so we got here. So we got Eric R saying, you're right, Renee Box. So Ryan Garcia is a professional clout chaser who get high off the, yeah, man, Ryan Garcia, he's joking around. That's all he's doing right now, man. I mean, that Galvatron says that's always the question with Crawford. Exactly, Galvatron. So when it comes to Ortiz fighting Bud's levels above Ortiz. But Ortiz, if they were to fight, he has a good chance against Crawford because Crawford hasn't been tested yet. And, you know, that dog, that heart, that passion, that fire that underdogs come into fights with, they can take out the top-notch opponents. Definitely, man. Eric R. continues to say Ryan's best shot at 50-50 fights is with Rolly. Yeah, what's going on with Rolly, too, man? I mean, his last fight, Rolly, he had a decent performance. He was working on the footwork more. He was working on the jab more. He wasn't just going in, you know, with the power shot, with the right-handers. Last performance with Rolly, but again, his competition wasn't really up there at all. But Rolly, what's going on with Rolly? Who's he fighting next? He has to get back in the freaking ring, man. These kids got to get back in the ring, man. That's what I'm tired about these fighters, man. They come up and then they have a fight, a decent fight, a decent win, you know, and then they fight again and then they disappear for another. You know, Rolly, he's young. He has to get back in the ring and be active, man. So we got here Ryan's best shot at 50-50 fight is with Rolly. That would be a nice fight because we all know what happened with Rolly in the sparring session with Ryan, even though with Rolly was really dirty in their sparring session when they fought. But hey, so Eric R continues to say he knows the rest of the guys in his division expose him. Oh yeah, Rolly, I mean, he's kind of, yeah, he needs to work. He needs to get back in the freaking ring and just keep fighting. You know what I'm saying? I feel so, yeah, Eric R, you're right. I feel so bad for him. Matchmaker now. Yeah. That's the real, yeah. MVP. Rolly needs to just get back in the ring and stop, you know. He just got to close his mouth and just get back in and fighting. You know what I'm saying? Soccer Training Club, could you say, would like to see Virgil versus, that would be, oh my gosh, that would be great. That's nice what Soccer Training Club is saying. That's more realistic here. This is more realistic for Virgil Ortiz's next opponent around that level. Around that level of competitiveness. You know what I'm saying? Let me repeat what Stock Training Club saying here. Would like to see Virgil versus Mean Machine. As a measuring stick versus Crawford. That's a good one. That would be nice to see Virgil versus Mean Machine. Mean Machine has power. Let's not say that Mean Machine is some other Joe Blow. I mean, concerning... Okay, when you compare Mean Machine with Bud, yeah, he's not, you know what I'm saying? But when you talk about Mean Machine versus Virgil, that would be a beautiful fight. That would be a wonderful fight for Virgil's next fight. Virgil has to keep fighting, you know, climbing up the ladder. Great win against Hooker. Oscar, don't give us no freaking, you know what I'm saying, low totem pole, with all due respect, fighters against Virgil Ortiz. Let's keep this guy going, you know what I'm saying? Keep Virgil going. Okay, we got here Brusco saying green beans. Should have. Yes, he should have, Brusco. Should have capitalized off his fight with Bud, but he's missing the boat. Yes, he is. You are definitely right, Brusco. So we got Galvatron saying skill-wise against low... yes, sir. Yes, sir. We already know what you're talking about there, Galvatron. Skill-wise against low-level competition. That's big facts, man. Eric R. says, hard to argue with Spence because he did a lot of what he said and almost an exact... Yeah. Eric R., that's why I just said a moment ago, man, your facts. I don't have much to say against Spence at all, man. I really don't. I really do not. I can't. I mean, I can't. And you already know the reasons why. You know what I'm saying? Galvatron says here, Eric R. exactly. Only thing that changed was Pacquiao getting stripped. Yes, sir. That's another thing. I made a video some time ago before Pacquiao got stripped. I said, Pacquiao, you got to do something. What the heck are you doing? You know, right now, Pacquiao to me is like, you know, just move on in your life, bro. Go politic. Go do your other thing. Go spend time with your beautiful wife. She has a wonderful cosmetic business, if I'm not mistaken, that she recently launched. Go focus on your family, your beautiful kids, Pacquiao. Stop this whole talk with Khabib and McGregor, Ryan Garcia. We don't want to hear that nonsense. You held on to the belt too freaking long, a year and a half outside the ring after beating Thurman. Then you just disappeared, and now you're just making appearances on Twitter. I mean, come on, guys. Let's be real. Pacquiao's a legend. I know it. But right now in the sport of boxing, you got to be active. Stop it, Pacquiao. Just... I just got to speak my heart. You know what I'm saying? D. Hodge is in the building, family. Man, you guys are awesome. You guys are really jumping up. And hey, I thank you guys so much, man. Share, like, subscribe if there are any new listeners out there, man. You guys are awesome up in here, man. Let's continue the chat. Eric R. says, Errol Spence hasn't uttered Manny's name, since the strip. Bud's still banging. You know, Bud, man, it's just... PGH continues to say, Bud is not giving the fans... We know it. And like I said, I got to make this clear for those who are just jumping in. Miami Kid, I see you, family. I see you, man. You're new up here. Subscribe, Miami Kid, man. This is just a platform that loves sport of boxing. I do no biases. I can't do that. I'm sick of the bias stuff. I'm tired of it. I don't do that. I mean, I admit it. I probably did it years ago. Years, plural, okay? But I don't do that anymore. It's just nonsense. It's not realistic. Being biased is not realistic. Let's just put it that way. Miami Kid says here, people saying that Virgil is not ready for Bud is the problem in boxing. Hey, good point, man. Hey, that's a good point. I said he's not ready, you know. But at the same time, in the same breath, in this whole session, I'm saying he has a good chance against Bud because of the pressure, because of, you know, the type of competition that Bud has been facing. It's not been competitive. Virgil will bring that competitive element that Bud needs. That's facts, Miami Kid. Hey, you're right, bro. Hey, hats off to you, family. Go ahead and subscribe, man. Go ahead. Remember to subscribe. Remember to like. You guys, thank you guys so much. Eric R says here, Bud, 10 years from now, got to be standing outside the retirement home. Tell Maddie to beat him outside. Oh my gosh, man, Bud. Bud Crawford, man. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh, I gotta laugh, man. Eric R says promoters have to understand that boxing only thrives when the cold wars end. Yes, sir. Too many mouths to protect when you're moving. Yeah, when you move like a faction. That's man. That's so factual. Very factual. Hooker did say that too. Man, facts right there, man. You guys are awesome. So we got here Chen Smoke saying Hooker countered well. But yeah, he was actually countering well. He definitely was, man. He was landing on Ortiz, But I got to repeat this. For those who are jumping in. One of the reasons why Ortiz lacked defense in the Hooker fight because of the context of the career and the situation he's in right now. Biggest step-up fight in his career. He wanted to prove a statement. So he threw caution out the window. He threw it out. He threw caution to the wind. Bud was in the arena. Spence was in the arena. He was trying to just knock Hooker's head off and make a statement. You know what I'm saying? But when you go back to Ortiz's earlier fights before Hooker, he has better defense than when he showed to Hooker. I think it's because of all those, aspects we're talking about. Jab Jamboree. Oh, okay. Hey, we got an update. Ladies and gentlemen, please listen. Judge Honorable Ack, okay, thank you for checking out that paperwork. So Demetrius Andrade will be out by April. Okay. Also, it was a short stay. Okay, it was a short stay. That's fine. Okay, Ack, that's a decent sentence. Me as a jury member, whatever, I wanted him to get more time, but let's see if he shapes up. I think he's gonna be on parole, right? No, he's gonna be on probation. Honorable Ack, is he gonna be on? We need an update on that, please, Ack, because I might charge him. I might prosecute him one of these days if I can petition that. But we're gonna have to see if he fights Liam Williams, and I think we're gonna have to wait after he fights supposedly, right? Liam Williams or whoever the heck that guy is. If I'm not mistaken, Eddie Hearn put it up for purse bid. Who knows who the heck is gonna want to fight by that, pay for that bout, but that event. But Honorable Act, depending on after the Williams fight, Liam Williams, I'll see who his next opponent is. And depending on who that is, I might prosecute him. I might charge him, okay? Honorable Act, I might have to lift up a charge against Demetrius Andrade. Akando is in the building. Hey, what's up, family? Akando, I'm going to have to do something real quick. Hold on. Let me. Oh, my gosh, I'm not on you. I'm going to have to wrench you up, man. But, yeah, I can't do it right now on the platform I'm in. But, man, thanks so much for jumping in. Galvatron says here, yeah, these young fighters should be at least 2. Yeah, they have to fight 3 times a year. They got to be more active, man. You just Thrill Hill's in the building. What's going on, man? Thrill Hill. I don't think you're subscribed here. Go ahead and subscribe, man. Feel free to subscribe, all you guys who are jumping in, the listeners. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Stenonis. I forgot. I'm not good with the name. I'm bad with names. I say it time and time again. Stenonis, right, is a good opponent for Virgil. That would be nice. Even a Clayton, maybe. Clayton is 147, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe he would be all right, too, for Virgil. You know what I'm saying? So, Oscar got to get his freaking, head in the business and give him another good opponent. Another decent opponent for Virgil Ortiz, man. So, got to get the ball rolling with this guy. So, we got here, let me get back to the chat, man. So, we got everybody, saluting each other, man. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys for jumping in. So, we got Chain with Ice. Hey, what's going on, Chain with Ice, man? How you? One honor in the building, up in here. What's going on, family? Hope you guys are doing great, man. So, that's pretty much it. Awesomeness is in the building. What's blocks everyone on Blue Blood? Awesomeness. Akando blocks everyone. Well, I don't know, bro. I don't know the context of why he blocks. There has to be a reason, Awesomeness. You know what I'm saying? There has to be a reason. You know what I'm saying? So, Eric R says, I heard Andrade has registered as a clout offender. Yeah. I don't know if Honorable Ack is still in here. We got to clarify that. I forgot, Eric R. I was going to ask that earlier. I forgot what the charge was. I think it was clout offender, and I'm really thankful justice was served against Demetrius Andrade. So, yeah, so it was a short sentence. Eric R., who was sentenced for a short, brief time in the slammer, but he deserves it. So, but I'm gonna keep my eye on him because I'm gonna probably have to charge him soon. So, Honor is saying here, Ortiz versus, I thought about that. Ortiz versus Josecito Lopez. That would be a really explosive fight. That would be explosive. That would be decent to watch too, One Honor. Interesting name you just throw out there, man. Ortiz versus Ortiz. There are names. There are options for Ortiz. Please, Oscar, don't protect this guy. Please, don't do that nonsense. Oh, I want to make him a star. Shut up with that talk. Put these guys in great fights. Put Ortiz in great matchups, and they will become stars. The right way. You know what I'm saying? Ortiz versus Josecito. But then again, One Honor. The word has it out there is that Bud might be fighting Lopez. But then again, Bud Crawford's sister came out and said, hey, I don't know where you guys are saying. Where did they get this name from? So Who's Bud gonna fight next? Come on, man. Why does it always go back to him? Why does it always go back to this guy? Man, who the heck's Bud's fighting? Yeah, so Ortiz versus Josecito would be nice. That would be war right there, man. That would be war. Awesomeness says, Okondo, take that Wilder paper off. He's making excuses like, I don't know, man. I'm not going to get in that talk, you know what I'm saying? But so we got Jab Jamboree saying, bring him to court, but the man got to fight. We had to let him out. First sign of trouble. Yes. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Honorable act. I'm gonna have to file a lawsuit. You know, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, we're gonna let him fight, and we'll see. We'll see what's next. I got my eye on Andre. Yeah. So I got. I think he's on probation. So after April probation, we're gonna keep a close eye on him. Thrill Hill, you're subscribed. Awesome, man. Thanks so much, family. Awesome. Man, so we got here Awesomeness saying Ortiz would school Danny, who robbed Herrera. Danny Garcia, you mean? That would be a nice fight, man. You see, there are names out there for Ortiz to fight next. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Yes, Miami Kid. Haney versus Loma. Unfortunately, Loma, it seems like he's beating around the bush. I don't know what's going on with this Loma guy. Okay, I made videos about it. Loma said he wanted to fight Tank. And I'm sure he wants to. I'm not saying he doesn't, you know what I'm saying? But after he lost to Teofimo, y'all know the story. He wanted to fight. He was talking about fighting Tank Davis. You know. Excuse me. There were talks about him possibly fighting Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson wants to Loma smoke. What's going on with Lomachenko? Who's he fighting next? You see, that's another thing, man. I'm 100 with all these fighters, ladies and gentlemen. Please hear me out. I don't care what their names are, you know, who it is. If they're not showing up and showing out lately and they're just disappearing for half a year and 8 months, and come on, man. Loma, you got to get back in the freaking ring, man. Just, you know. So he was talking about Tank. I made a video about it a couple months ago. Nothing happened. Recently talking about Haney. Nothing's happening there. There were talks about Shakur Stevenson versus Loma. Nothing's happening there. I mean, Loma, get in there and fight already. Just Eric R saying, Bob bringing up 140 fighters to feed Bud if he resigns. Resigns, Yeah, no. Well, check it out, Eric R. Didn't Bud recently say he's going to go down to 135? And also a couple, like a year ago or a year and a half ago, I made a video on it. He also said he was going to move up to fight Canelo. I mean, I don't know what's going on with Bud, man. I just don't know. Then fatten him up for the slaughter. Galvatron says Danny trying to test the 150. Oh my gosh, dude! I didn't even talk about that. Danny, okay? There's a reason, okay? There's a reason why I'm not talking about Danny Gar. I didn't make a video about it because I see through that, man. I see through that. I mean, these guys sometimes say things that. Oh gosh, dude. Danny Garcia moving up to 154. And he even had the audacity, if I'm not mistaken, in the same breath to say he can fight Charlo at 150. Dude, Danny, get. Oh my gosh, dude. I guess that's the fighter in Danny. He just wants to fight. I respect it, but let's be realistic here, ladies and gentlemen. Danny Garcia, how long is he going to be boxing for? Because I just. Nah, man. 154. Yeah, okay, do it. Go do it. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Let's push that. Let's push Danny Garcia moving up to 154. Let's see how that turns out for him. Go fight Erickson Lubin. Go fight Harrison. Go fight Rosario. Go fight Charlo. Go fight Hurd. Come on now. Nah, these guys will walk over Danny. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Gosh, dude, Danny, what? I don't know, dude. Sometimes fighters, it seems like they just try to get attention or something. I don't get it. Try to stay relevant, you know what I'm saying? I mean, okay, so Awesomeness says, Tank Ben Duckin. Okay, Awesomeness, I'm going to tell you this, man. I'm going to tell you this. I've said it some time ago. I've said it a minute ago. And it was around that time I said it, around 2016, shortly after that. The facial expression that Tank showed against Loma, about Loma, when he was asked about Lomachenko, he made a weird facial expression. Said, oh, you know, Loma's in a rush. You know, he's old. He has to get the big fights out there. We're taking our time. I feel you on that, Awesomeness. But I think right now Loma doesn't want to fight Tank. Okay, I mean, I got to be real with this. I don't think Loma wants to fight Tank. But then again, I think Tank, I mean, you got a point, Awesomeness. I'm not saying you don't, bro. Tank and his promotional team, that's the thing. His higher ups have been preventing him from fighting Loma, in my humble opinion. But I don't think, right now, I don't think Tank is scared of Loma, you know what I'm saying? I don't think it's about that. You know, One Honor says Loma's trying to get a good comeback fight. That's the thing he has to do, One Honor. That's the thing he has to do. You know, to keep him in the pound for pound. You know, but that's the thing. You know, One Honor, the pound for pound, tongue twister. Pound for pound, according to who? ESPN. You see that? I don't do the pound for pound stuff. I respect it to a certain extent, but you know, I just want to see Loma get back in the freaking ring and fight somebody. You know what I'm saying? Get back in there. Get back in there. If Loma, you got the skills, man. I mean, I appreciate your skills. I love watching him fight. You know, so just get back in the freaking ring. Chain with Ice says, Renee, thoughts on Crawford versus Jamel? Oh, that's true, because Crawford did talk about moving up too, right? I think Jamel is just too big. He's just too big, powerful. Jamel, I don't think anyone stops Jamel right now. I'm not saying it's talking about a knockout stop, just like beating him. Nah, yeah, I don't see Crawford beating Jamel, man. Jamel, I think Jamel will pound Crawford. I just gonna put it out there, man. I'm gonna put my humble opinion out there. Jamel Charlo will pound Crawford. You know, move up to. I'll say the same as I said to Danny. You know, say let's push Crawford moving up to 154 and fighting Jamel. Do it. Do it. Crawford has the accolades to do it, doesn't he? Crawford came up undisputed at 147. You know, from 140, other divisions, undisputed, whatever, unified champ, moved up to welterweight division and had the right and had the bypass, or whatever you want to call it, had the freedom of choosing any champ at 147. He chose Horn, which is, in my opinion, was the weakest link at that time, okay? Weakest champ at that time. Took Horn out, which was a nice win. I mean, I got nothing to take away from that. Do the same, Crawford. Do it. Everybody's clowning on you at 147 anyway. I mean, just the community. Go to 154 and make a statement, Crawford. Go fight Charlo. Let's see how that works out for you. Let's do it. Let's push it, community. You see what I'm saying? Why is everybody talking about Spence Crawford welterweight? Forget that. Crawford talked about moving up at 154. Move up. Do it. I would love to see Jermel versus Crawford. Yeah, do it. You need competition anyway, Crawford. You need to step up, man. So you've been needing to step up for years. Okay, Eric R says they'll probably have Loma to take Teofimo's belts back and set up a big fight for man. Yeah, Stevenson, man. Bob is not gonna treat Stevenson well. Shakur Stevenson is the next guy that Bob's gonna treat wrong. Shakur Stevenson, guys, see the writing on the wall, ladies and gentlemen. He has to see the writing on the wall. This is not good. Okay, so let's continue here. Danny is on the downs. Yes, Galvatron. That's kind of what I was trying to say earlier. I wanted to say that, I just didn't say it. Galvatron, thank you. Yes, Danny, that's what I was saying earlier. Like, Danny, how much longer is he gonna box? I don't know. Danny Garcia, just he's just trying to keep a name for it. But hey, let's respect Danny. He fought Spence. Hey, respect, man. You know, respect, man. Yeah. One Honor. How Danny gonna move up to 154 and he just got slaughtered by? Yeah, exactly. Danny, man. These guys will walk through Danny at 154, man. Let's just be factual here, you know what I'm saying? Forget race, forget who the heck, whatever. Let's just be factual here, you know what I'm saying? DP Rocket says Danny is a front runner. Yep. Chen Smoke says here, Danny didn't do too well at 147. Yeah. A lot of people talking about, you know, Danny was better at 140, you know what I'm saying? In my opinion, this guy is biting off more than he can chew at 154. Yep. Yeah, I mean, a lot of, you know, yeah, I mean, I got nothing to say against that, man. Eric R says, Danny Garcia, big cap. He said he wants to fight 147 at 154. He ain't serious. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, man. You know, so we got here, Miami Kid. Do you think that Teofimo moves up to 140 after Kambosos or sticks around for he's not going to fight Haney next, man. You see, come on, ladies and gentlemen. I just don't see it. I just don't see it right now. But then again, I'm not going to knock off Teofimo yet. I got to see what he does after Kambosos. You know, if he really does fight Haney, hey, man, Teofimo takeover. Awesome. I mean, I'm not going to say... I've said this before, ladies and gentlemen. Please, I got to make this clear. I respect, man. Come on. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I understand. Some people call Teofimo a diva. I understand because they got valid points. I'm not saying they don't. You know, I got it. Ladies and gentlemen, let's respect Teofimo. He fought, man. He beat, knocked out... Who was it? Oh, my gosh. Name slipped my mind. The fight he fought before Loma. You already know the name. Comey. Thank you. Yeah, that just came to my mind. Comey. Beautiful win, man. And then fought Loma. He beat him. Okay? It's fine. Let him take a warm-up fight. Let's let him breathe a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? It's fine. 2 great wins back-to-back. Okay, Nakatani is controversial. A lot of people say Nakatani won. That was a tough fight. But that was a tough fight too, ladies and gentlemen. Let's cut a little slack at least. You see what I'm saying? Let's cut Tio a little slack. Yeah, thank you, Eric R. Yeah, Miami. Yeah, Comey. So I've said it time and time again. I'm not hating on the Kambosos fight. I mean, I know who's going to win anyway. Let's be realistic. Yeah, boxing, anything can happen. Yeah, whatever. But skill-wise, Tio's going to take this guy out. Kambosos, it doesn't matter how much he shows himself in the gym, you know, Kambosos, you know, training. I'm ready. I'm going to, you know, do this and that. Yeah, whatever. We know what's going to happen. Hey, but if Kambosos win, awesome. But let's give Tio a break. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to call Tio. I don't do that anyway with fighters, but I'm not going to jump on the bandwagon or whatever you call it and calling Tio a diva. I can't do that just yet. Okay, but after Kambosos, jump up to 140, and if he fights Taylor Ramirez winner, that's tough, man. That's a tough fight. Ladies and gentlemen. But at the same time, I would say, why are you running from Haney, man? I would question that. I would question, and I would phrase it like that. Tio, why are you running from Haney? I would say it like that. That's the wording I would use. It looks like you're running from Haney, man. Just like Ryan is running from Haney. You know, just like it looks like Tank doesn't want to fight Haney. Let's be real. Come on now. I mean, Haney, it looks like none of these guys want him. It looks like none of these guys want to fight Haney, man. So, very good question, Miami. Do you think that Teofimo moves to 140? It's hard to say right now. It's really hard to say because it looks like Tio is kind of on the high horse, man. Like, but he has to just get back to fighting. Get back. Look at Tio. Get back to how you were before you beat Loma. That same mindset. I'm not saying, you know, it just looks like he's on the high horse, man. It feels like, you know, no one can touch me now. I do what I want. I understand you got that liberty as a champ, you know, as a unified champ, not undisputed, okay? As a unified champ, whatever you want to call it, not undisputed. We gotta make that clear. I understand, bro. You got a wonderful win, but you know you got to keep fighting and keep that same hunger as if you were an underdog coming up. You know, I see a slight change in Teofimo. I can say it that way. I do see a slight change. You know what I'm saying? You guys are chatting. You guys are awesome, man. Y'all jumping in the building. Yeah. Let me get to the chat, okay? Let me get to the chat. Let me go down here. Just give me a moment here. Yeah, so we got here love. Okay, so we got Eric R saying, we got one honor. Danny is a gatekeeper at 140. Yeah. Gatekeeper. That's well said, one honor. Danny Garcia is a gatekeeper right now. You know, decent opponent. You know what I'm saying? Decent opponent. Eric R says, Lubin and Trout would be real truth teller. You know, Austin Trout, if I'm not mistaken, he was scheduled to fight. I saw some kind of, you know, promotional poster, which looked kind of low quality. Trout, war, battle tested. I don't know. I see kind of Trout out the door. You know what I'm saying? But it would be for Danny if he were to move up at 154. Trout would be nice for him. It would be nice. Trout is a freaking warrior, dude. I mean, man. Lubin, I don't know. But the thing here is, this is where I differentiate between Trout and Lubin. Lubin, he would just do a beautiful clinic against Danny. That's just my humble opinion. Because Trout is more of that, you know, he'll pound you like he did against Hurd. He'll just go in and go at you. So Danny versus Trout would be more like a war, explosive. Lubin would, you know, pick apart Danny, I think, in my humble opinion. You know what I'm saying? So Galvatron says, yeah, he said he wanted to rematch Thurman at 154. Thurman, you know, I don't know what's going on with Thurman. Thurman, man. Yeah, but I understand Galvatron. So Danny said it. So, I mean, you know, I don't know, man. These guys, man, just who knows what Danny Garcia wants. You know what I'm saying? He just, you know, I don't know. Chain with Ice says Crawford is on another level. Fights are competitive when they're on each other's level, like Tony Harrison, who's a journey. Right. Hey, good point, Chain with Ice. One Honor says true. Pound for pound is highly subjective. Yeah, you know, that's why you never hear it from me. You never hear it from this platform, pound for pound, and my top 10. You know, I just don't. I don't know, man. That stuff is way too controversial. Maybe in the future I'll do it, but I don't see it. You know, ESPN gives sometimes weird P4P, right? I mean, I just don't. Yeah, that's just crazy. Loma just needs he just needs a good fight. That's what I want to see. You know, I want to see Loma versus T.O. rematch. Yes, T.O. ain't gonna rematch this guy, man. I just don't see that happening. But I understand why T.O. not giving it to him. Exactly. One Honor, your facts, bro. Chain with Ice says Renee, nah, Journeyman already beat Jermell, proving he wasn't all that. Oh, you're saying Jermell? No, bro. No, Chain with Ice, but you got to remember this, bro. Tony Harrison, who's a journeyman. Okay, I understand what you're saying in the context. Okay, no, bro, no. Chain with Ice, come on now. Harrison, he can box, man. You know what I'm saying? Chain with Ice. Harrison can box, bro. He has skills. He has skills. Okay, I wouldn't call Tony Harrison a journeyman. You know what I'm saying? He's a highly skilled boxer. But I feel what you're saying, Chain with Ice. You know what I'm saying? I feel your opinion, bro. One Honor says I think Harrison is a beast. Yeah. One Honor. I agree, bro. For 6 rounds, when then he fades, but great fighter. Yeah. I mean, if Harrison were to fight Crawford, if Crawford moves up to 154, I think Harrison. Well, yeah, I got Harrison winning, bro. I got Harrison winning. I kind of doubt it for a minute because of that chin, that questionable chin that Harrison has. But I don't think Crawford has much power at 154, man. I don't. Nah, man. DP Rocka, Bomac ain't letting that happen, Renee. Right. Bomac ain't letting anything happen with Bud. Todd DeBuff isn't letting anything happen with Bud. Bob Arum isn't letting anything happen with Bud. I mean, nobody's letting anything happen with Bud. You know? Oh, man, you guys are awesome. Hey, I got to get going, man. We got like almost an hour and 30 minutes. Y'all jumped up in here, man. Hey, keep jumping in, family. This was a flash live. I didn't even schedule it. I just came out of nowhere and had to talk my reaction. You know, Hooker versus Ortiz. Great win. We'll see what's next for Ortiz, but most likely Oscar's going to protect this guy. You know what I'm saying? But you guys are awesome, man. Been going off with the chat with you guys. You know, I go off of what you guys say, too. Let me get to his last comments, man. Harrison can box. A few losses. Yeah, PGH. That's facts, bro. That's why I say Harrison, man, he ain't no... I wouldn't call him a journeyman. You know, I wouldn't call him that. One Honor says, I think T.O. knows Haney is a top guy at lightweight and won't face him till the end. Yeah, exactly. Lion Ryan, I can care less about this kid right now. Who knows with this kid? You know, Eric R says, Chain with Ice, don't sleep on Harrison. Yeah, facts. That's what I'm saying, Chain with Ice. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, Harrison at 154 is more dangerous than Spence. Yes. Chain with Ice says, Renee, exactly. Journeyman can box, but lose all there to fight like Tony. Right. Yeah, man, I mean, he can box, man. I mean, I wouldn't call him a journeyman, though. But I feel you, Chain with Ice. Hey, I feel you, bro. Heck nah, Spence is better than either Charlos and everyone and the whole 154. Spence is better than either Charlos? I don't know, bro. I mean, this is just so... That's what I love about this talent. You know what I'm saying? Spence better than Jermell? I don't know, bro. I don't know. This is a good topics, man. Good topics. Hey, I appreciate you guys once again. Remember to like it up, share this up. You know what I'm saying? We're doing new things at Renee Box Young. This is a platform that's growing, and you know we keep it level-headed. We keep it mature. You know, y'all are mature folk. Y'all are mature community. That's what I'm talking about. Showing love. I love it, man. I just love reading your chats and just chopping up the sport of boxing. Stay safe, guys. I gotta go. Okay, I should be going on live in the evening time around Thursday evening. Okay. Hey, remember we're gonna have a heavyweight fight: Povetkin versus White rematch. Oh, we gotta talk it up, man. We gotta chop it up, man. So, hey, Amanda Serrano's also. Come on, let's not forget about the women boxing. Okay, let's not forget about women warriors out there. Come on now. Hey, let me read this real quick. I gotta read this with Chain Thighs. Renee, IOTBA used to be in their gym and be Yeah, I gotta read that. And saw either Charlo went around to Spence. Oh, Chain with Ice, you got a good point, bro. You gotta. Hey, Chain with Ice, man. If I remember, Spence sparred Mayweather too, and if I remember correctly, this was years ago. Mayweather said that Spence gave him that work. Dude, you got a good point, Chain with Ice. You got a really good point. Man, thank you so much for bringing that to mind, bro. Wow. Eric R says, I like Spence, but I don't see that. 154 is 175 versus... Yeah, I mean, that's a big jump, man. Man, I love these topics, man. So, hey, I got to get going, man. Peace out, fam. You guys are awesome, man. Hey, stay